First, though, Donald Trump coming. Does he deserve special treatment for his state visit? He's certainly getting it. 020-7862-2222. Give us a call. So, Mr. Trump is due to arrive in the UK later today for a state visit hosted by the King and Queen. It is his second, which is fairly unusual because US presidents are not typically offered a second full state visit. You normally get tea or lunch with the monarch, not a 3-day affair. As well as the traditional grand state banquet and ceremonial welcome, Mr. Trump is given special additions that have never been deployed before for a state visit. So let's just go over to our wall here and have a think about this and give you this statement here, which is that we are showering Trump with gifts. And maybe we'll make it a question. Are we showering Donald Trump with gifts? So we're just giving him loads and loads of Union Jack wrap goodies to make him happy and make him feel generous towards us. The banquet is an obvious one. But then the banquet would be first on the list. There are other things as well. Look how happy he is. We're just treating him. This is the relationship, isn't it? This is Trump and Keir Starmer. He drops the papers. Starmer picks them up. And you know what everyone said when they saw this picture? They said, are we on our knees before the president? Is that what we're doing? And do you remember this famous moment?
Pleasure to bring from His Majesty the King a letter. He sends his best wishes and his
So the letter
regards
from the King, and Donald Trump is clearly pleased as punch. He doesn't read it out loud, weirdly. He just sits staring at it for a long time, and then he searches for the signature and says, I like him. He's a great man, the King, a great man. So, to the castle. And the entertainment provided there. This is Windsor Castle. This is the quadrangle. I want to show you. Let's isolate the quadrangle. Because what's happening here in an amazing event is they're going to have a march which includes, let me see, the Grenadier Guards will be out for Donald Trump, marching for him. Bring them on. The Coldstream Guards as well. Nobody gets this. The Scots Guards. So you'll have this amazing display of military flummery, colour, saluting. Just a sense of this is an important guest who we want to flatter and whom we want to have generous feelings towards us. And when that's finished, then you get the red arrows. And then you get what's called beating the retreat, which is a ground level military pageant. We are showering him with gifts here, Andrea.
No, I mean, the world is watching. So I think it showcases what's great about our country. I love the pomp and ceremony. But also Starmer's on the back foot anyway. So I think this is, in a way, trying to show some masculinity. Look, we are great. It's not personally showing it. I mean, we saw that thing with the drop in the papers. I mean, that's a natural reaction. But we was having a conversation, weren't we? You know, should the Prime Minister be doing that? What does it look like? But no, I think we should be celebrating Trump coming over. And also, because of the world is watching, but also the other thing, look what happened in China a couple of weeks ago. The threat, the president was there, president of China was there with Kim Jong-un and Putin. So they're trying to tip the balance.
Military part. Yeah,
so
you're
I
right.
think this is important, actually, to send a message that we are united. So I think in international relations perspective, it's important.
But he's been given exceptionally special treatment here.
Yeah, and we know why. We want to have Trump on board. And financially, it does make sense. So if we think about...
Militarily, it does as well, in case there's any threats to Britain.
Yeah, I don't necessarily... I think this is a ceremonial thing, and I think it's purely to get Trump so that he won't apply tariffs to us. And if we think about the cost of what we're going to give to Trump from this ceremonial 3-day fest, that's a fraction of what we could potentially save by keeping Trump on side. My problem is, what does it say about us on a global level? I think it sort of suggests that maybe the special relationship, we're not peers anymore. I think we have to accept that we are a hornbill sat on the nostril of a hippo's nose. And that's really
But America's got its own problems. Look at the violence in that country now. Look, it's not as if we are saying we are inferior. Is it?
Well, yeah, I think
we are.
Why are we doing this? Why are we the tail to the dog? We're doing it because we need to, if we purely look at things through the lens of finance. And all I would just say, Andrea, is that for me, I think Trump does respect power. And I wonder where the balance is between being able to say, I'm with the king and the royal family, and this feeds my ego, versus actually Keir Starmer has kind of let me know where he stands, given the risk, as you say, of Brazil and India and what's happened to those recently.
During the Trump visit, protests are expected to take place with demonstrators from the Stop Trump coalition taking to Windsor High Street this evening. Yesterday, protesters rolled out a banner featuring Trump and Epstein near Windsor Castle on Monday. Now, this is awkward because we've got our own connections with Epstein via Mandelson, of course. Do you think we should just try not to mention Epstein at all during the visit?
Look, I just think that the left are always going to attack. Do you remember last time he came over, that big blow up? What was it called?
It was a blimp of
the blimp, yeah. So they're always going to do that.
And he then when the plane landed, he didn't get off it. We wondered what he was doing. And then his Twitter popped up with the message, "The Mayor of London is a stone cold loser."
Yeah, absolutely.
So he was obviously typing that in his seat.
Yeah, absolutely. So, look, they're always going to attack President Trump. They always have done. But
you like him, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, I sent a message out welcoming him last time he was here, because you remember Parliament was being quite awkward about it, and the Speaker at the time.
Well,
Sorry, go on.
I don't think this is about left or right, though. I think this is about right or wrong, and Epstein is very wrong.
Oh, of course, Epstein is. Oh, my God.
And by virtue of whether or not Starmer brings him up, certainly the British press will bring it up when they have their big press attendance on Thursday.
I wonder.
I
wonder. Are we going to have reporters asking about Epstein?
They have to.
But there's a difference in Trump knowing Epstein at the time, and then when everything comes out, and even before then, him distancing himself.
Yeah.
However, look what Mandelson did, even after. So you can't compare.
But he ran an entire election based on the supposition that he was going to expose the Epstein files, and then basically says, "What Epstein files? I don't know if they exist."
He did. Remember, Andrew, you were defending Trump. There's a birthday card from Trump to Epstein, which is positively pornographic and which suggests that Epstein is running around with, let's say, interesting people in the phrase. Mandelson's phrase.
None of that is acceptable.
No, I know. And listen, we don't know.
But it was.
But hang on, I want to take a call. Let's take a call. Peter in Wolverhampton, hi.
Morning.
Are you pleased that we're showering Mr. Trump with goodies?
Yeah, I think he's the best president since Kennedy in terms of excitement, and I also think that making America great again is a good project.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that, because Kennedy was on the other side of the fence, so you've chosen a Democrat and a Republican there.
Yeah, but I think that both of them had very high moral, political and economic standards, and so does Trump.
He has Trump has high moral standards.
Yeah.
Right. And when you're obviously being sarcastic, are you?
No, I'm not.
Sorry, if you say you can grab women by their private parts, that represents high moral standards, Peter.
No, I'm talking about his public stances, not his private life. His private life, like every politician's, is a disaster and a scandal, but his public position is morally high.
I see. Give me an example then of a moral public position, just in terms of what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, I think he hates Hamas because they're degenerate, and he hates the inner cities because they're degenerate, and he hates the left because they're degenerate, and he's trying to re-energise the country.
Right, Radzi?
I don't know how you can hate an inner city by virtue of it apparently having...
Is Radzi degenerate, Peter, by your account?
Is he what, sorry?
Is Radzi, our guest, degenerate?
I'm from Wolverhampton as well.
Because he comes from Wolverhampton.
No, of course not.
Well, you just said the inner cities were.
Yes, but I mean the degeneracy of the inner cities, But Ramsey's obviously a respectable lad,
Well, I know that. Go on.
I mean, I guess this is the Trump effect, isn't it? It's a feeling he gives you, and it's not necessarily anything tangible, but it's that we're going to make America great again. How? Well, we just won't sort of discuss exactly that how. Let's not worry about that. Let's just push forward with an idea and a feeling and an essence.
But people are looking for hope as well, though, aren't they?
Yeah, Peter, what do you think? He's just announced he's going to send the National Guard into Memphis. So he's going through these Democrat-run cities one at a time and sending the troops in.
Yeah, but the troops are a disciplined, highly moral force, and I think the inner cities are degenerate, and I think that's what he hates degeneracy, Trump.
OK, thanks, Peter. That is what I'm fascinated. I mean, we could do a whole show just on that call. Peter, thank you. More calls on Trump and the goodies. 0207 862 2222. It's a banquet. It's a special sort of three-piece march in I say three-piece, 3 different regiments involved in a march in the quadrangle in Windsor Castle, then a flyover, then beating the retreat. There's going to be music, uniforms, you name it, food, wine. Carol in Derby, is it too much?
Oh, it's way too much. He doesn't deserve half of that. He really doesn't.
Well, remember,
You know,
he is, by all accounts, I feel bad saying it, but by all accounts, he is a narcissist, and narcissists need constant praise or they get very angry.
Exactly. So why are we pandering to that?
Oh,
You
it's
know, I
easy.
thought-
We want
Yeah.
to do business with them because jobs depend on it. That's the easy bit.
That's the easy bit, yeah. But aren't we a bit stronger than that, and not having to cow down to these people? You know, I mean, there's far more important people in the world than him.
Who?
You know, Ukraine, Zelensky. He's far more important than him. That man's
In a different
fighting for the
way,
country.
yeah. I mean, Beyonce is and so on, but in the end, in terms of trade, he's got all the keys, hasn't he, to all the locks?
I suppose he has, you know, but I'm just fed up with people cowing down to the man. You know,
It's
the
a good
criminal.
point. We are. It's not. It is. It's all in that symbol of Keir Starmer bends over to pick up his papers.
Yeah, I mean, that didn't look great, did it? But no, you're right, it's about trade. But as I said, it's also about protection of the West. It's military muscle, really.
And he's Scottish as well. Let's not forget. Thanks,
Oh,
Carol.
absolutely.
Richard and Milton Keynes. Are we giving him too much?
Firstly, I'm a bit confused because you don't seem to understand the word or the meaning of the word narcissist, because Donald Trump is clearly in a very powerful position where he's helping all the people in America, especially with the immigration and all of that illegal immigrant stuff that he's done. And actually, he's made America a lot better than it was before.
Would you like us to be part of the USA?
We're England. We're not. We can't.
No, but
be part of
I
the
saw someone the
No.
other day calling for England to become a state.
Well, that's just daft, isn't it?
That's
I
what
mean, a
you
bit
used to
like your narcissist.
Your ex-husband.
word
Yeah,
being
you used to
used.
say that, funny enough.
Sorry, Richard, go on.
No, with all due respect, the narcissist word is as daft as us being a state of America.
No, I know it's questionable. I'm not. It's not. If you want to argue me off, I will take it back.
Donald
not a
Trump
narcissist.
has done a very, very good job, and he definitely deserves what he's done in America for another state visit. The King's clearly identified he deserves a second one, and I'm pretty much certain if Donald gets a third term, the King is going to identify he needs a third state visit. Donald Trump's done a really good job, and then more positives have come out of his presidency than clearly anybody has done in England for the last 12, 15 years.
Thanks,
You know,
Richard. Mick in West Yorkshire. What do you think of that?
Completely unbelievable, your previous caller. He's just a madman. Basically, Trump does not deserve this. He's a very dangerous man. He's destroyed the world economy with all these tariffs. As you can see, our own economy is flatlining. He's gracefully not protected the people of Gaza from genocide, as we've heard today. He's just not done anything with regards to Ukraine. He's let Putin walk all over him, and he's a very weak man from that point of view.
He's
Should
put
not be
half the
spending-
army on the border with Mexico, and that has had a massive effect. It's stopped people coming across.
That's the playbook of the Labour Party.
It's basically,
You
yeah.
must be a Labour Party member. That's what every
Andrea
Labour...
thinks you might be a Labour Party member.
Every
Mick.
Labour Party member and people who's in government uses those same lines. Can you not see the significance of protection, the threat of China, Putin together? Can you not see the significance of this strong relationship?
Mick?
First of all, I'm not a Labour Party member. I don't support Labour at all now.
You support Corbyn's new
what Labour's
party?
done.
Go on, Mick, you're being asked a
New
question.
What was that?
Do you support Corbyn's new party?
Support a party that protects the people of Gaza, yes,
Okay,
from
okay.
annihilation and starvation.
Oh, OK, fair enough. Yeah.
Andrew, do you see there's an element of contradiction where on the one hand we're saying we need to be in bed with America for reasons of security and protectionism, but on the other hand, when it comes to Europe, we're going to step away from the very same thing?
No, because, look, I mean, if you're going back to the Brexit argument, I go back to me, it was about trade. I didn't agree with... believed in like these free borders of trade where we could do trade deals with other countries. It was more about international perspective on trade. So that's why I'm a Brexiteer.
But
Thanks, Mick, very much. Let's just go to Janet in West Sussex, please. Janet, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Can I just say that I'm not... we're all missing the point. It's not about what Mr. Trump deserves. It's about the fact that he's a bully. And as we all know from our school days, what do you do with bullies? You give them presents, you praise them, you tell them they're wonderful and so on. Unfortunately, that is the situation that we are in today. And it's nothing to do with politics or anything. We have no choice. And until our governments, all of them, our politicians, all of them get together and work for the common good instead of fighting and insulting each other, then maybe we would get somewhere. But with Donald Trump, we have to just sit it out until he's gone.
Thank you, Janet. David in Norfolk, you're more positive.
Yeah, I mean, we've just got to deal with the guy, haven't we? You think some of the knighthoods and lordships we've handed out to people over the years and had to take back, the guy's, he's the most powerful man in the world, and we've got to do trade with him. That's it. It's as simple as that.
And you don't think you should... you think you're doing more than trading. We are giving him everything. We've done everything except lend him the Queen's golden carriage.
It's not great, but what else can we do at the moment?
But it might be great. You might say it is great. I mean, clearly, when we want to put on the style, we can really do it. It's amazing.
Well, it's what we're good at, because it's not a lot else we can do.
It's actually wonderful to watch as well. That's British, isn't it?